what we're actually going to do is we're going to go online. We're going to get you onto the internet. So firstly, can I get you to type jihad in Syria and let's see what comes up.
Propagandavideo's die Britse jongeren oproepen om te vechten voor Allah, voor de jihad. Britse moslimmoeders hebben geen idee waar hun kinderen naar kijken. Daarom krijgen ze les.
Last year, in the summer of 2013, we ran a consultation with 350 Muslim women and mothers across London. And out of those 350 women and mothers, 92% of them did not know what was online radicalization. 93% of them lacked basic IT skills. So probably not even being able to get onto a computer.
So what do I need to look for?
Well, there are different things that you can look for in the sense of, is your son or even your daughter spending a lot of time on the internet, or maybe even continuously on their phone using the internet? Are they maybe talking within the home about international events that could be frustrating them or upsetting them?
Groot-Brittannië is in hogere staat van alertheid. De burgemeester van Londen verklaart dat inlichtingendiensten duizenden terreurverdachten in de gaten houden. Niet alleen jihadstrijders, ook jongeren beïnvloed door propaganda op internet vormen een gevaar. Er zouden al aanslagen worden voorbereid.
I think the situation right now is actually of immense concern. Most of the secret services, the police, policymakers, politicians are now using the language of when rather than if. And so they strongly believe that the next terrorist attack on British soil will either be perpetrated by somebody who's coming back from Syria or Iraq, or certainly inspired by that conflict.
De wijk Brixton in Zuid-Londen heeft een verleden met extremisten. Hier kwamen moslimterroristen vandaan die aanslagen beraamden in Europa. De Brixton Mosque is de basis van streng religieuze moslims uit de wijk en hun aantal groeit.
Allahu Akbar.
1200 gelovigen zijn aan de moskee verbonden. Onder hen ook jongeren die gevoelig zijn voor de internetpropaganda, die zich voelen aangesproken door de oproep tot jihad. De imam probeert de jonge moslims op andere gedachten te brengen.
So after those program is speaking to individuals who believe may be influenced directly. So having like one-to-one or group discussion of individuals who maybe somewhat have heard or been involved or maybe can be influenced in one way or another. And also we have like, community projects where we have, trying to get the youth involved in things that can somewhat steer them away from these type of things. So doing things that are more positive in building their own awareness of what are, the values that they should live up to as Muslims, and not to be influenced by those who may take them down a path that is not representing Islam correctly.
Het openbaar vervoer in Londen wordt extra in de gaten gehouden. De stad heeft ervaring met terroristische aanslagen. Juli 2005 werd Londen opgeschrikt door 4 bomexplosies. 56 mensen kwamen om het leven, onder hen de 4 daders. Sajja Mughal maakte het mee.
What changed me was my experience on July the 7th, 2005, here within London, being on the Piccadilly tube, the same tube as one of the bombers, and going through that traumatic and horrific experience, that near-death experience, whereby I literally thought that I'm going to die that day. Coming out of that experience alive, and then finding out it was carried out by 4 Muslim males really took me aback. That's what really took me aback, and why that did was because I myself am a Muslim. And so I was asking questions. Why would they do such a thing? What motivated them? And what could have been done to prevent them from doing such a thing?
Satya stopte haar carrière bij een bank en ging werken voor een minderhedenorganisatie. Vanaf januari heeft ze met een nieuwe aanpak al honderden moeders gewaarschuwd voor dit soort extremistische propaganda.
At the end of the day, you're a mother. I'm sure you in no way want to lose your child in terms of lose them potentially to go out to Syria and die, or lose them in another part of the world where they're risking their life.
Britse autoriteiten hebben de rol van moslimvrouwen onderschat. De politie roept nu moeders op hun kinderen aan te geven als ze vermoeden dat ze plannen maken voor de jihad.
What this conflict has done is made us as a society realise the valuable role that women can play in combating extremism, and we are behind the extremist groups in that. Extremist groups have long used women as incubators for male extremists, people that encourage their behaviour, support them, facilitate what they're doing as terrorists. And we have been slow, I think, in response in using women to counter that narrative. So if Al-Qaeda and groups are using women to encourage men to become terrorists and fight, we should be using women to discourage men to do so.
Terug naar Brixton. De moskeegangers vinden dat je jongeren in de gevarenzone niet aan hun lot moet overlaten.
If I come across something like this, I will definitely tell them this is not the right. It's not right what you're doing. You shouldn't go there and fight.
I will encourage youngsters that are like in mid-20s or my age, 25, I'm 26, not to go there and not to waste their time, to waste their life.
Ook de imam vindt dat hij alles moet doen om ze op het goede pad te brengen.
Yeah, if it's something that they are brainwashed, then it's always something, I believe that it's something that, and from my own personal experience, that it can be, that you can remove those thoughts from their mind and those ideas with putting correct information and also refuting their misunderstanding of certain information or ideas that they've been given.
And are they listening to you?
We do have cases where people do listen. We have cases where people do listen. We can't say everyone will listen, but at least we can say, let's try.
Ultimately, the ethos is also prevention is better than cure. So if we can stop it from the beginning, it's much better than obviously trying to stop things at the late side.